In this class, I want to teach you how to represent fermentation of starch using chemical equations only. What you need to know is this, that there are three enzymes that participate in the fermentation of starch. Diastase that comes from malt, maltase that comes from yeast, and zymase that comes from the same yeast. Fermentation is the breaking down of complex food items like starch into simpler molecules like ethanol and carbon dioxide in the presence of microorganisms and enzymes. Now, to represent fermentation, we are beginning from that complex food item, starch. So I want to teach you how to remember the formula for starch as a polysaccharide. The word poly means that it is a polymer of glucose. Now, to get the formula of starch, you must know the formula of glucose. And to form starch, thousands of glucose molecules must link together and eliminate water. So we must remove water from here. Water is H2O. So we are going to remove 2 hydrogen atoms from 12 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So when we do that, we are going to have C6H10O5. This is now the monomeric unit of starch. So you do the linking. Now, in the industry, to start the fermentation, malt is going to be added. Malt contains the enzyme diastase. We add malt, and malt will release diastase. And what diastase does is to convert the starch to maltose, which is a disaccharide. By di, we mean 2 glucose molecules fused together with elimination of water. Recall, this is glucose. Let's repeat 2 of them, which is C12H24O12. But we are going to remove water, H2O. Here becomes H22, and here becomes O11. So this is formed from these 2 monomeric units. Another one will be formed from another 2 monomeric units. The next is addition of yeast. And yeast contains 2 enzymes, maltase and zymase. So first of all, maltase from yeast is going to break down the disaccharides into monosaccharide. That is, the maltose will be broken down into glucose. This particular maltose will be broken down into 2 glucose molecules, plus this one will be broken down into 2 glucose molecules also. So these are the glucose molecules. Then there is a second enzyme from yeast, and that is zymase. Zymase will do the last function of breaking down glucose into ethanol and carbon dioxide. Ethanol is C2H5OH. And because glucose molecules are 2, these ethanol molecules will be 2 plus 2 carbon dioxide plus the same thing, 2 ethanol plus 2 carbon dioxide. You can see we have 2 carbon atoms here plus 4 here, which is 6. 6 hydrogen atoms here times 2, which is 12. 4 oxygen atoms here plus 2, which is 6. So it seems that these 2 came from this one. But since they are 2 here, we have to write 4 here and 4 here too. So that 4 times 2 is 8 plus 4, 12. You see the 12 here? The same thing applicable to this one, 4 here and 4 here. And this is a structural representation of fermentation of starch.